Well, Joe, firstly, thank you for taking us under your wing and actually bringing us to MIF over here, which is the first one for me. We're in Africa. We're very happy there, in Namibia specifically. I'm a born and bred Namibian. In fact, my family are cattle ranchers in Namibia, and I sort of branched out into mining. So I'm the founder of Osino. We're a Rosbiti-backed gold exploration company active in Namibia, and we recently made a very significant discovery, which we're hoping to turn into a multi-million ounce deposit. So I would say that the key aspects or the sort of key elements to the company is we were formed and we're being led by a team of people that have had a lot of success in the past. In particular, in my case, I'm a mining engineer. I've been on all sides of the table, 25 years in the industry. I developed a gold project in Namibia between 2010 and 2012, which I bought for $30 million and ended up selling it to B2Gold for $200 million in 2012. And with Osino, I'm looking to do that again. I have some great partners who are helping me in this. We've got a very good technical team, and we know what we're doing. We're in a great jurisdiction, Namibia, which, yes, it's in Africa, but you should think of it as the Switzerland of Africa. It's very stable, very easy to operate. It's like Texas or Western Australia. And we have an excellent group of shareholders, first and foremost Rosbiti, who I got to know by chance, actually, or somewhat by chance, because in the intervening years, in 2015, I ran an Ecuadorian gold development company, which I ended up selling to Ross, and he took a liking to me, and he invested, and with him came his whole entourage, most of who are our shareholders now. We also have resource capital funds and Power One out of Toronto, and a real sort of who's who of mining investors. We're currently $55 million market cap, 80 cents. We've recently performed quite well on the back of that discovery. But importantly, you can see in the bottom right corner there, about 70% of the company is held tightly by founders and the group of people that I just mentioned. So that's me. I'm a mining engineer. I think I mentioned that. I've been on all sides of the table. I used to be with Anglo. I've built gold mines. I've operated gold mines. I've developed one. I've sold one, sold two. And I love this game, and I'm looking to do it again. There's Alan Friedman. He's my co-founder. He did the last deal in Namibia with me. He's based in Toronto, and he's kind of my capital markets guiding hand. He's had a lot of success lately in all sorts of sectors like gaming and oil and gas and cannabis even for his sins. And then I also have a very good technical team, and I must mention this because this discovery that we've made is very significant. And, you know, discoveries are made by geologists, not really by promoters like me. So I've got really good guys that have built a team and that have executed a very competent and systematic program in Namibia in the last few years that's led to where we are now. So I'm going to try and compress Namibian geology, 500 million years of geological history, into 2 or 3 sentences. It's important to do this because, especially for a Canadian audience, sometimes these Namibian-type hydrothermal, lower-grade, larger deposits, people sometimes have some difficulty comparing that to, let's say, some of the high-grade epithermal deposits that you often see over here. So Namibia is orogenic. It's part of the Pan-African. There's a mineralizing belt that's related to plate tectonics. It's structurally controlled. That's what orogeny refers to. It has 2 successful and operating gold mines, and Osino's ground position and our activity is kind of bookended by these 2 mines, one of which, the Otjikoto mine in the north there, I used to own and I sold to B2Gold. It's largely undercover, Namibia is, and that makes exploration difficult, and we've applied certain techniques that were invented in Australia relatively recently, and we're the first company to actually apply this in Namibia, which enables us to explore through cover, and that's actually been very successful. So just in terms of license position, so I mean we built this company with the intention of creating something of scale, and you know ultimately we want to sell it. So in order to do this, we need to have land position, which we've secured. So step 1 was consolidate ground. Step 2 was add value to it on a technical basis, do real good exploration, which we've done. And then step 3 and step 4 will follow. So our focus at the moment, I mean, just over there, the blue ground, that's us. You can see those kind of long structures that control a lot of the mineralization in Namibia. and the pink ground there, that's B2 gold. So our focus is where that red dotted box is at the bottom. That's where we recently made a discovery in a known mining district. So the discovery comprises some very long intercepts of relatively low grade initially, but then about a week ago we put out another press release where we announced a high grade shoot within that package. So we really believe that this discovery has legs and it's going to turn into something significant. So I'm just zooming into that box at the bottom there. So this is the mining district around Karibib. I'm sure some of you would have been in Namibia. It was initially, there was a gold mine that was discovered by Anglo. It's got about 6 million ounces, which is at the bottom of the image over there. Let me try and point to it, so that one over there. We consolidated all the ground around it. We then discovered a big structure. We explored it and we found a big gold system, which we drilled into and which has resulted in this Twin Hills discovery. There's more on this ground. There are other gold prospects which we're going to get to at a later stage. So I'm just zooming in further. So that's the Twin Hills gold system which we've been talking about. You can see the red contour. That's an 11-kilometer soil and calcrete anomaly. So that's the heart of where we are. And in the center where you see that where you see the yellow dotted line, that's where we announced that discovery. Basically, we drilled seven lines into that system. We had some very good results. Just to give you a bit of scale perspective, that yellow dotted line is the pit outline of the 6 million ounce deposit that's 20 kilometers away from us. So I'm trying to convey to you here that these kind of deposits really have legs. They tend to be large. I think we have a real possibility of finding multi-million ounces here. That's what we're setting out to do. So that's just, again, I'm zooming into the discovery itself. You can see the Navachab, which is our neighboring mine, pit outline over there. You have the yellow dotted around image there. And then you can see the 4 holes that we announced, which were 180 meters at 0.7 and so forth, and also higher grades in between up to 2.2 grams a ton. So that's very good stuff, and I can say this with conviction because the previous company that I owned, Ochikoto, which I sold to B2 for $200 million, that had 2 million ounces at about 1.2, 1.4 grams a ton. B2 built a very successful gold mine, and they're making $100 million free cash a year there. It's one of the lowest cost producers in the world on 1.5 grams per ton. So that's what we're looking to emulate and then to sell to somebody like B2 or somebody else. And Twin Hills Central over here, I'm just pointing to the center of this 11-kilometer system, has the potential to be one such project, but there could be more. And astonishingly, and we're very proud of this, all of this is undercover. I mean, you know this, most significant discoveries these days will be made undercover, and this is no different. So that's just the center. I don't have a timing here. It still says 10 minutes, so I could keep going forever, but I'll sort of end here in the next few minutes. I've got 2 more slides. So this is, again, just to remind you, this is the 11-kilometer gold system there, the red contour over there. So we've drilled over there. In the next few months, we're going to be doing a lot of drilling around about 6,000 meters. We will evaluate the Twin Hills discovery over there, but we will also test some of the other targets that we have within this sort of mineral belt with the idea of growing this very significantly. So there's going to be a lot of news flow, basically drill assay results on an ongoing basis between now and the end of the year. And I should just say, that's not it. We have a very large portfolio, about 7,000 square kilometers. We have about 50 targets on it. So what I told you, or what I was talking about earlier, is everything down here. But up there, for example, we've put together a large package. I mean, this is 120 kilometers of prospective strike next to the B2 gold mine. So this in itself could be a junior exploration company. We actually have a drill rig turning there right now. It's from an advancement perspective, it's about a year or 2, let's say a year behind where we are here, but we are excited. So there are going to be more discoveries. So in closing, I think we've got good management. We know what we're doing. We've got great assets. We're in a very good jurisdiction. We got, Mercedes-Benz group of shareholders that are standing behind us and backing us, and we've got a great pipeline for growth. So we're very excited about the future.